this we have some folks on our Zoom already. We want to say welcome to them, but we want to talk about the movie. What the movie name? Sugar Dumpling.
Sugar Dumplin.
That is what I want to talk about.
Short film. You know, we saw the trailer, and remember, you and I were talking about it, and then I know you said initially, like, I know from long time, say you're not the movie type, and when you saw the trailer, you were saying to me that, look, you can't wait for watch it, and I was like, okay.
I want to.
So that definitely grip you, you know, just by looking at the trailer. Like, I know you wanted to see more, and tonight we're definitely going to be delving a little deeper into the film. Hopefully we can give our listeners some information and some good details, because it's not just one of those regular films. There is a strong meaning.
Yeah. One of the things that that caught me, and that's where my excitement level was a little on the higher side of things, was just the obvious production. I mean, it was the beauty of the film, the color. You look like you're watching something on a Netflix, or it's not what I feel with Jamaican comedy then. It is something that is professional, and Oliver, it just shows his diversity, because a lot of people don't know that Oliver is quite articulate and a brilliant man. When you see him around him joke, you're like, yes, master, me I tell you, say them are sitting here. You know, in talk already.
Look, I think
when he's ready,
he shared his journey on to success, and that was really epic. He's
my good brethren too, so we're looking forward. And
I think on Zoom right now we have Tristan Barrocks. He is writer and director, and we have Chantel Riley. She's a lead actress and executive producer. Chantel, Tristan, good night and welcome. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Good night.
Great to be here. We are really excited to jump on and have this conversation.
Well, we're really excited. So the whole movie, I want you to just tell us the genesis of it. How did it come together? Was it accidental? Was it something that was very strategic in planning? Anyone can take it. Either, well, the little lady go first, since Tristan is here. Tell us how it started. How did the genesis of this whole movie come about?
Well, Tristan actually approached me with this project first about the top of last year. And it's funny because at that time I had turned down a previous project and was coming on as a producer for the first time, something I'd been praying about for a very long time. And when I turned down one project, an hour later, Tristan phoned me and presented this sugar dumpling to me, and I knew it was a sign from God immediately that was something I had to jump on and do. It's a beautiful story about a journey between the reconnection between her father and a daughter, and the elements between Jamaican food and, of course, Jamaican music, and the journey of that together. And so, me, myself, being of Jamaican descent, I'm a Jamaican Canadian, I had to jump on this project to represent the island, for sure. And so after reading the script and going through the story with Tristan, I knew 100% that this project was going to be something very, very special. Touching on certain topics like Alzheimer's and dementia, especially one that is hitting our community and not talked about as much. And then one that represents the island and our heritage as well. I knew it was something that was be very special and something I wanted the rest of the world to see as well.
Let's bring in Tristan here now. Why dementia is such a strong theme, a strong message. What actually led you in that direction?
To be honest with you, first of all, thank you for having me on. It was something that was just I had seen in other expressions or with other people's lives and other people's lives. It hasn't actually happened to me, myself or any of my family members. And so a lot of the story, I really do believe, is kind of like I'm kind of more of a champion or really just a steward of this story. And what I'm realizing, in terms of the dementia piece, I really wanted to use something that was grounded, something that people could relate to, and it was a universal experience, right? And one of the things that we're really excited about and that we've that's kind of taken us aback is how much when we were just telling people about the story before we even put out the trailer, how many people just leaned in and was like, that's happening to me, that's happening with my aunts or my grandmother or my father, or I had to take care of my mom, before she passed away. And so this is really bigger than us, and this is just a story that we are hoping that we can just manage, steward, and share with the community, both the Jamaican diaspora, but also, the second and third sort of audiences that are not from the West Indian diaspora, but have similar experiences. So we're really, really excited about this.
Well, Tristan, so here's the next thing I want to find out now. How did you incorporate Oliver Samuels into this particular picture? Was it, how did you get, you had him particular in mind, or how did you get to him?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So to be honest with you, we couldn't even dream of Oliver, working with Oliver in the first place, because he's such a legend, right? He's in the pantheon of the most valued and appreciated and the biggest stars that Jamaica has ever produced, right? And so to think of working with Oliver, this legend, was just kind of out of reach. And initially we had some other individuals that we had approached, and it didn't work out. We were actually initially going to shoot and produce the project last fall around this exact time, and it didn't work out. And we were kind of at a low. And around that time, we kind of said, we're going to push the project till this spring, 2024 spring. And it was almost, again, like Chantal said, it was like God inspired, because I was on Instagram and I was just scrolling, and then I see like a post from Oliver randomly. And he was just by his tree and said, "Hi everybody, I just want to say hi and show you my mango tree and stuff." And I was like,
yes.
And then the one thing led to another. I reached out to Chantal, and Chantal was like, "Do you know anybody from his team?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Okay, don't worry about it." And in 2 weeks, we got in touch with Oliver and his team, and next thing you know, he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna be on board." And so it's been a dream come true. I grew up watching Oliver, and so to be able to work with him and to also give him the space to be able to be creative in this way, to show his creativity in this way. Oftentimes as artists, we don't get an opportunity to really show a different side of ourselves. And I think, the story is more dramatic, although there are nice threads of comedy in there. Because, come on, you have Oliver, you got to put some comedy in there. There are so many threads that are heartwarming, that are dramatic, and he was ready for the challenge. He was like, "Tristan, just tell me what to do, and I'm ready." I'm like, "You're the master, you're Oliver, right?"
And we see joining us, we also have Donisha,
who's the executive director,
producer. And we have, of course, lead actor, the legendary Oliver Samuels.
Olivia Adams.
Right? But before we get to the lead actor, Donisha, if you can just tell us about your involvement in the film. How did you, become a part of this project?
Yes, well, give thanks for having us to talk about this very important topic. This short film, Sugar Dumplin, has a lot of fight in there. When I first came across the script, right around the time that Tristan was going to production, and I realized the deeper themes and meanings and opportunities that the film presented around social impact, and finding a way for corporate entities even to really understand the capacity of film as a tool in these different spaces. So I was able to get some support from Grace Canada, who provided some products and stuff for us. We also included it in the film, but now we're talking about the social impact aspect of everything. So as we'll get into later, we're now working with the Alzheimer's Association of Ontario to build out some programming to take across Canada, as well as looking at what our international film festival rollout looks like when it comes on to bringing the themes alive. But I don't want to take up too much space because the great Oliver Samuels is here, and I too First, I want to hear from you, sir. What's your
The great Oliver
Hi,
Samuels.
Dad.
The great Papa Oliver. Big up yourself.
Oliver, oh, it is, sir. What happened?
Bram, 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 bram,
Bam, bam,
bram.
bam.
good?
What happened, Lilius?
Benisha, Benisha, whatever you set me up, I love you so much. I can't mess with you.
No,
No,
never.
Mr. Samuels, can you share with our listeners locally and globally what it was like for you to get into character to play somebody who has dementia? Like, what was that like for you? Was it challenging?
No, it was not. And one of the main reasons why it was not, because Tristan, the director,
Yep.
has from day one us having conversation. It made me feel that me could do it. And then when I met his wife, she made me feel that I could do it. And when I met all of the other persons, my daughter, I can never remember her name. She made me feel that I can do it also. And therefore I went in the project feeling confident. Plus my experience with, I have worked with some people who seem to be on the edge, and I have experienced people who have been going through that situation. Sometimes them say the king of them family, them say the queen of them family, and then them come back normal, and then you don't know when they're going to be going off again and this kind of stuff. So I've put all of those things together. The confidence building from the various persons that I've worked with, and my experience with friends who are dealing with family members who are going through the experience.
Well, one of the things, Oliver, is that we know you for comedy. We know you for that very charismatic personality. But I was just saying to my friends a while ago that Oliver is one of the most articulate, brilliant people. Him only go on like him go on like he no sense, but he's extremely brilliant. When I saw the snippet, because we were talking about it last week, Kishima and myself, and I was saying, Kishima, I saw a thing with Oliver, and I said, that is a true movie. You need to see it. And then when I see like somebody was coming to you and you brushed them off, I said, don't touch me. Because, and I said, I would have never known Oliver that. I mean, it was so traumatic.
Real.
It was so real. And I say, you know what? When you're a brilliant person, you can adapt or you can pivot because Oliver can do anything. So we cannot glad so we get to tonight, because we don't say we can't fit in a little busy schedule, but we give it
Alright.
forward,
My daughter Chantal here has grown, you see.
True. I bet it never so long yesterday, not true? Lord have mercy, Chantel. You throw fertilizer in the top.
That girl, they are going with things,
I do want to.
Yes, darling chef.
I do want to say though, another thing that I think is important for us is to honor the legacy that has come before us.
Yes.
And we know that Oliver is still low getting him flowers yet, and so we hope and we are championing this film to travel around the world so that Oliver can get to walk some red carpet cha-cha style to represent and the thing that he's supposed to, with the recognition that he's supposed to get as one of Jamaica's icons living within this time. So that is our responsibility and our honor to be able to do this film.
And I'll just jump in and say the same thing. I think a part of the reason why I think this film is so special is just we really wanted to create the space for people to see how amazingly talented Oliver is, and also Chantal, their chemistry together on screen it was thick, it was rich. There were moments.
It's magnificent.
Magnificent, yes. Yes, Papa. And so, there's this. I think, to Denisha's point, like, we really don't want to wait until later on to honor this giant, right? This ambassador. I call Oliver an ambassador of Jamaican culture, of West Indian culture, right? I was born in Canada, but I was raised, by two amazing Jamaican parents, and as a Jamaican Canadian, one of the things, or through lines, or things that connected us back to the island, was Oliver at Large, was being able to see my parents let down their hair and not be immigrants, and not being in the grind of living in foreign, but actually reliving some of their childhood through the sketch comedy of Oliver and the genius of Oliver. And so, I think this is really a moment where we really should salute him, and not just salute him, say nice things, but also, like, really honor him. We need to think about getting awards, or naming streets, or doing things that we need to do while he's still around, because he's such a gift, and he's somebody that deserves everything.
Oliver Samuels International Airport. See it there. Right?
Yes.
I'm in a politician, sir.
No, somebody can get airport name after your pooper. I swear you go.
Oh, Lord.
Earlier in the conversation, you mentioned that not only are you tackling the seriousness of dementia, but you were able to inject Jamaican food and culture and humor
to bridge the gap.
And it must have been a delicate balance to portray the seriousness of this issue that a lot of persons, a lot of families are impacted by. Describe for us, Oliver, what that was like for you to just send a strong message of what dementia is, and also being humorous in the same breath, and just ensuring that that balance is there throughout.
Probably what a happiness. Anyway, as I said again, you see, Tristan and the writers, Chantal and they knew exactly what they wanted from the piece. Then not because I tell you something, when I go in there and I see people pass smoke and smoke, and I said that is gonna work for smoke, yeah. And Tristan said to me, come here. And when I look at the monitor, the camera, and what I saw was exactly this feeling of age and all this kind of thing. So he knew what he wanted, and from the material they knew what they wanted. And I, as an instrument, just try. Me never go there with me pompous self and me diva self and thing. I went there as somebody who, with some experience, but somebody that was open and was ready to take instructions and to be guided. What a lot of people have been saying is that, thank God there is something coming out with true, authentic Jamaican dialect.
Yes.
Absolutely. That was so important for us.
Them talk that them and that thing. But another thing now, me no know how Tristan them a go manage, because a lot of people throughout the world, because I am inundated with messages every day. Them things is a big 10 commandment movie.
I'm glad that
big movie. And I tell you, when I saw Donisha, there, airport Tristan, Donisha, me said no. But when he see me over panting, man, he must have was shocked or jealous. Me don't know which one. But
I jealous.
back to your point, though, I felt a sense of pride that I was able to take the material and deliver my language, our language, in its purest form, and also not to go overboard and be extremely comical with the subject that we were dealing with. Also, there was this what was always constant in my mind is that my daughter is trying to build a relationship, trying to mend a relationship because I would imagine me and the mother did left long time and she did a either
Hey,
family.
don't tell too much of the story, eh?
All right, you know, stop me and
The people
now.
have to come and watch the story and stuff.
Yes,
All right.
but the whole thing is the backstory. I was familiar with the backstory. I interpret the script in a particular way. So it was a real joy for me to be there. It was wonderful having that little Miss Prendergast there,
Not true.
and the professionalism of the entire team was just out of this world. And I must proudly say,
Mm-hmm.
I was treated like the star
That you
that
are.
they think I am.
That you
You
are. That you
are.
are.
That you
That you
are, sir.
That
are.
You
you are.
are
That
that
you
You
are.
star.
are.
But
You
you
are a
know,
star,
this
a Jamaican
question,
legend.
I have this question especially for Donisha. She's the executive producer. When can we get the movie? Is it in theaters now? Or when is there going to be a premiere? Is it worldwide? I want to know when we can get access to the full thing. Are we ready?
Coming soon, as one of the executive producers, because Chantal, as an actress, is also an executive
Gotcha.
producer.
Okay.
Shout out our producer, Nathania Barracks,
Yes, yes, yes. My wife.
Okay.
Tristan, my husband team. But we are in our film festival submission stage right now. So far we've submitted to Sundance, to Cannes, American Black Film Festival, a few other popular international film festivals, and are hoping, building towards coming to Jamaica in February of 2025
Nice.
for our time for the people to come out and support. And in addition to the screening, naturally, we'll be having talkbacks to also platform conversations around dementia awareness and hopefully to also do a research project while the film is building momentum because, we find an opportunity here to really zone in on the Jamaican Canadian side of things.
Right.
Living in Canada right now, the black film industry, dare I say, is really the Jamaican Canadian film industry, but we're just using the term black right now.
Preach.
Of the stories that the black filmmakers in Canada are telling are Jamaican stories because they're children who grew up in Jamaican households. It's just that it's being classified as just black, which I find flattens the experience. So for me, living here in Canada right now, is trying to create a more dynamic space around the language and the understanding of what black storytelling looks like in North America and the rest of the world. So yeah, we're looking forward to it on that way.
I'm looking forward. Yeah.
Chantal, what was your experience like working on screen with the great Oliver Samuels? What was that like for you?
He was so difficult to work with. No, I'm
I
joking.
think so.
Oh my gosh, it was a dream. I remember, just like Tristan mentioned, watching Mr. Samuels on TV, and all his incredible skits were hilarious. And never in a million years did I think I would actually get a chance to work with him. And to watch him on screen and then to be next to him on set was actually insane, to be honest.
Surreal. It was surreal.
It was definitely surreal. And not only that, to get to know him, I call him Dad, to get to know him and, know his warmth and, his incredible sense of humor and how he's just able to make everybody feel so comfortable around him, allowed me as an artist to, dive deeper into my character and into our relationship together on screen. And so I felt like that's what really helped our chemistry get to the place that it did and to capture it on film. So, Dad, I love you, and I can't wait to see you again.
More. I love
And work with you
more.
again.
Remember, you need to cook some
Dad,
food
what's
for
her
the
name
kids.
then?
Chantal.
He has said, don't
Chantal.
be mean.
All right, we're talking about the legend Oliver Samuels, and I know Tristan was and others were talking about growing up and watching Oliver on screen and on stage. The particular one was Oliver at Large. I remember that one. Can anybody here tell us their favorite episode?
Oh,
Oliver at Large. So you can name them out one. So Tristan, Danisha, Chantel, tell me your favorite Oliver at Large.
It's a tie. It's a tie between two. Definitely the airport one. Where he's traveling to far. That one is legendary. That is a legendary episode.
That's a piece of work, right?
Oh, I played that I played that actually a couple weeks before we went to camera with Oliver. I played that for my kids. And my kids looked at me and said, "Okay, Dad, now I understand you better, much better," because all of my comedy comes from like that show, like everything, right? And then I think
so it's two you have that are your favorites.
Yeah. So it's that one, and then also I forgot what the name of the sketches, but it's like when he's basically faking like he's Rasta, but he wants to eat the pork, but he's like, "Take out the pork and give me the fowl." That one.
Guess who's coming to now?
That was one of my favorites.
Everything. I remember that. So those are your two favorites.
Those are my two. Yeah.
All right. Chantel, what are yours?
The airport one, I was gonna say the exact same one. I thought that skit is like the best to me. It's hilarious. Mr. Samuel's delivery is just so on time. Like this comedic timing is just like. It's just perfection. And, even the supporting actors around him, too. Like, I don't know how anybody was able to keep a straight face with you on set, because we never could on set.
What about you, Danisha?
No, I have to say it's just the memory of the Dutch pot them come up with the big dumpling them. Just the image, because say you remember when Wait Name the Air Jamaica used to run.
Yeah.
Realize that Oliver, your work validated our culture and our experience internationally in spaces where we felt othered, otherwise. To see us reflected through your work, it created a safe space, just like Tristan said, for our parents to let down their hair after being out there to fight Babylon.
What is your favorite, Oliver?
Mine?
Kishima.
Yes. Yeah, the airport. I think there's an airport scene. There is him, trying the bulk of syrup and just all those moments, like things that make us Jamaican, and just like seeing him on set doing things that guilty as charged. Seeing those things. Like these are things that you do. So
favorite line. Favorite line. You remember this part, Oliver, when Oliver go and say, "Sir, your luggage is overweight." And Jim said, "But she have a good mind, use the word they overweight." If she step on the scale tomorrow morning, the top spin. But say, when I heard that line, Oliver, we dropped down there and laugh, man. You want to box me now? Box me.
Let me use this opportunity to big up and to thank Patrick Brown.
Yes.
Because Patrick Brown, as a writer, understands and know. I mean, how in Liverpool and know so much of them country expression and all that kind of thing. And Patrick understands my soul, and he writes for me when we're working together. He writes with me in mind, and a brilliant writer. So all them lines there.
But it come from a brilliant actor to execute it. So
absolutely,
you bring it up.
Yes. Yes. But I big him up every time because I really and truly think he did magnificently with those things that live on for these years.
I watch them on YouTube all the time when I get a chance.
So much span across several generations.
Decades,
it's amazing. Tristan, why the name Sugar Dumplin though for the film?
So it's actually a lot simpler than people think. Initially, when I came up with the idea of the story, I was kind of workshopping it with my wife. We were kind of brainstorming, and she's like, initially it was supposed to be a son and a father story, and she was like, no, change it to a girl, right? And and let the dad call her sugar dumpling, my sweet sugar dumpling. And I was like, okay. And it actually, in a lot of ways, I took inspiration from the relationship that she has with her father, as well as, the comedic tones from an Oliver at Large, and then as well as wrapping it into taking some comedic moments and ideas. That the Oliver's character's name is Desmond in the film, and that's actually paying homage to the show Desmond, because Desmond and Oliver at Large were the two West Indian shows I watched as a kid, and that were exported, and so there's sort of that through line of like honoring heritage, but then also making it really feel like home by utilizing like my wife and her father's relationship.
Wow.
Looking forward.
Oliver, for persons who watch the film, what do you hope they take away from it?
And don't give away the whole plot.
That me can
Movie. I beg you to shut out the whole movie.
Don't give up the whole movie, please. Thank you.
Get them peace.
No, that's all. That's I want them to understand. One, the relationships, and I also want them to recognize that this thing in our society, it's real. The Alzheimer thing, and also that them convince me can move from the laughter to the serious.
Mm-hmm.
You do it very well, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, master. I mean, I feel big you up and me big you up, master. So you go
you always a big me up.
Hey, so, Oliver, me have to ask though, how is my friend Lesmore? Long time I don't see him.
I don't know where in the world he is.
I'm a fly plane, man.
And I don't know which part in the world in there.
Big up Lesmore. So Kishima Lesmore is a good friend of mine. It's Oliver's son. And as a young youth, Lesmore and I would fly all around. Lesmore used to fly the little Cessna 1, I think it was a 182 or the 150. Carry me go on the grill all the time. And he said to me, once that Oliver Samuels is my father. And I say, see me I look upon you, you favor him for true. You really favor him, So it was always good to hear from him. I'm glad him good and you are good.
I do want to jump in and just say one quick thing. For those that want to get more information about the film, about the project, please head over to sugardumplingfilm.com, sugardumplingfilm.com. Join the mailing list. No, we will not be spamming you with a whole bunch of emails. We want to keep you up to date. One of the things that we want people to know is that this is a completely self-funded project. My wife and I, as well as Chantel, Denisha, all of us kind of pulled our resources together, our financial resources together, our relationship resources together, just everything to make this film possible. We believe in it. We believe in the power of West Indian storytelling, of Jamaican storytelling, and exporting that out into the world. One of the things that has happened in the past with Jamaican culture is that other people have taken it, exported it, and we haven't been the benefactors of it, meaning Jamaicans or those that are part of the Jamaican diaspora. We want to. There is a resurgence of great storytellers coming out of the West Indies, but specifically from Jamaica, and we want to be a part of that new conversation of creatives that are reclaiming our stories and then being able to show it on the largest, best platforms possible, because we believe that our stories are just as special, just as insightful, just as layered, just as nuanced as any other films or creative stories coming out of any other territories or any other places in the world.
Well, Tristan, is there a social media?
Again?
Yeah, the website, I was going to ask you just the same thing.
So it's www.sugardumplingfilm.com.
Is there social media pages for a film also?
Yes. It's the same thing too. So Sugar Dumpling, the film. Yeah, Sugar Dumpling, the film, across all social media platforms. That's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Join all of those platforms. That'll help us spread the word.
Definitely.
We have literally millions of Jamaicans across the globe. We want to make sure the trailer and the film and what we're doing with the project, both on a festival side, but also on the social impact side. There's so many themes here. Dementia is a big deal, but also, being a healthcare worker and then coming home and having to take care of your family members? Or what does it mean to deal with aging parents, right? What does it mean to have to love somebody and embrace somebody in relationship that you don't really like, right? All of these different nuances that we deal with every single day as people, the film deals with it, and we want to be able to allow this film to be a campfire that starts and sparks even more conversations within our communities.
Well, it did
Sounds
that already.
like there are several tear-jerker moments, I can imagine.
I'm not telling no one.
Don't tell out too much.
No, not talk.
You're not getting one.
Bring a tissue.
All right.
Yeah.
Oliver said, no, not talk, not talk.
So for Chantal and Oliver, as creatives, actors, actress, what do you have working on? Do you have any other films that we can look out for? Any other special projects other than Sugar Dumplin?
That's the question is directed to me.
Yes, both you and Chantal. Yes.
Well, let me say, for me, I believe that Donisha, Tristan, and Chantal have something up their sleeves for me.
Oh.
And for the theater, I am now on the road.
Florida.
I'll be in Atlanta Friday and Saturday.
Right.
And then I'm off to Europe on Monday.
What you saying?
Nice.
Europe.
Man, I travel.
To do a stint there.
Yes, of course.
And then I return back. And
you forward.
This is how it was the whole time.
I know.
We were trying to film, and this guy would just do this all the time. And
That's him. That's
Sir Oliver, please, can we be focused for a minute? We're supposed to cry in this part. All right, we're gonna get to that, but I have to do this all the time.
The man said the mango tree mean like star apple. We never forget that too.
That sound festive. How about you, Chantal? Any special projects other than Sugar Dumpling that you can tell us about?
I'm just about to jump on a new Hallmark series. I'll be jumping on that next week, so you can look out for that. But a lot of my time is actually focused on Sugar Dumpling, honestly, for the rest of this year and into next year, and making sure that it gets the attention and the love that it deserves. So that's the major focus right now.
We are looking forward to this movie.
How about you, Donisha? Because the last time we had your mommy on, she was talking to us about you working on her music videos as well, and you are her boss. And we're talking about Sharon Marley. But any special projects you're working on right now other than Sugar Dumpling?
Yes, a number of projects, but I think the one that I do want to mention is an art exhibit that I recently curated for my grandma.
Wow.
It's called Garden that Rita Grew. My grandma Rita. It's on right now in New York, and it runs until October the 7th, but it's a collection of images as well as curated art pieces that we commissioned from a few local artists to profile my grandma beyond just a musician, all of the different capacities and hats that she's worn as a philanthropist and as a businesswoman, a visionary who founded Tough Gong Records and has championed my family's legacy. So just trying to find ways to preserve our culture and make it accessible to all generations.
Awesome.
So we continue to evolve.
It's a busy set of people.
I know, and it's amazing.
Yes,
I can just imagine, Tristan, you're all about Sugar Dumpling right now.
Yeah, man.
Yep, I'm all about Sugar Dumpling, but also I'm working on a few other projects. Can't really talk about them that much anymore right now, but definitely we're gonna stay within the diaspora, within the West Indian experience. There are movies that we want to do, different types of themed movies, romantic comedies, holiday movies. We really want to expound upon the world of Sugar Dumpling and what we're creating. And so really this is the first of many projects, and that's why we really want to focus on trying to develop it as much as possible, and also give opportunities for the community to engage with it. And then from there we can grow and expand from there.
So I get the feeling that series might be in the making.
Well,
I
hey, listen,
foresee.
nothing is impossible and nothing is a no. We just don't want to give away anything. We just want to make sure that people can see this first, get excited about it, and then we can take it from there.
Okay. So
But I
And I know
want to
next.
answer that question, and I say if there are individuals, corporate entities, organizations who are interested in supporting the production of a series, we're interested to have conversations because again, this is a fully independent, self-financed project out of pockets. We don't have a bank behind us, but this is something that we know we have quality product. We know we have the capacity, and Jamaica is investing in the local film industry. I want to encourage the local film industry to see that Jamaican stories are told anywhere Jamaicans live. So,
And just to add to that, I know we're running short on time, but I do want to reemphasize what Denise is saying. Like, it's really important to understand that as independent producers and filmmakers, we have the opportunity to embed our authentic experiences from an authentic place, from the community, into our storytelling, right? This is not through the lens. This is not a film that's through the lens of Disney or Paramount or through anything else. This is as authentic as you can get, down to simple things like having a bottle of bleach and by the sink in the kitchen scene, because we wanted to make sure that we were so authentic and so true to what it meant to be Jamaican and West Indian. And so again, this is just the beginning. We're going to do much more, but come along the journey with us. Join the mailing list. If you can donate and support, be a part of creating this. If if these are the things that you want to see, you got to support it, because if you don't support it, not only just with sharing it, but also commenting, liking, subscribing, and donating, then it's going to be a lot more harder to be able to reproduce a lot of these things.
And I'm putting it out there that next time we speak with the team, we're going to be talking about the awards.
Yes.
there you go.
Yeah.
All of the awards.
All of the awards then.
All of them.
Yes.
All of them.
Well, look,
The Oscars, the Emmys,
everybody,
the daytime, the nighttime Emmys,
Yes.
everything. Best
Tristan,
actor, everything. Best actress. Sorry.
Tristan, Chantel Riley, Danisha Pendergrass, and of course, Mas Oliver.
Yes.
I want to say
This was
congratulations to all of you. Putting a project together, as you said, self-funded, and that is not easy to do, because there's nothing in film that is cheap. And we want to say congratulations to you. We're looking forward to seeing this in February in Jamaica, because a lot of Jamaicans are going to be looking forward to seeing it if they can't be where it is around the world. No,
Maybe we should do a live show.
I don't see why not.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see
definitely.
why not. See, you have a liver there. You ready,
I'm ready all
ready.
the time.
We can make Lesmore fly with to the show.
love the excitement, Dean.
If you love the excitement. It is always so good to see our own doing such great things,
Yes.
waving the Jamaican flag high. And of course, we wanted to say kudos to you. And we're looking forward. I mean, we're truly looking forward to seeing this film in our theaters here in Jamaica.
Yes.
And hopefully on one of the streaming platforms also. We're looking to see that too.
And in the schools as well.
And in
And in the schools.
institutions and all of these spaces, because again, this film is a tool for social impact. When we were speaking with some members of a bank up here, we didn't realize it, but she was saying, she's watching a lot of her clients age and just understanding how it is to navigate that in the bank space. So again, there's a lot of capacity for impact with this one.
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank you so much
Thank
to
you all.
everyone who came on and shared. We appreciate it. Oliver Samuels, Danisha Prendergast, Tristan Barrocks, and Chantal Riley. Thank you.
Oliver,
Thank you.
for having us.
Give a little shout out and a Mas Oliver. Wagwan.
All right. Me thank you for no
Have his mercy, sir. Your coach-
continued exposure
Yes.
to the public
Here,
of
I
our
hope-
work.
Hey,
And
Oliver,
we
your
greatly
coach.
appreciate
Stop
it.
eat up your soursop.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I hope
And Mas
the birds
Oliver.
them stop eat up your soursop, Oliver.
And the-
Mama,
and go ask
Me
your
have a-
granny cow.
Give generously.
Give generously. Look at that thief in one day. Give generously. Somebody boxing one
I
man.
travel very regular.
Very regular.
Very regular.
Without a visa. You're not going anywhere today, you know, sir. Take your bag and enjoy the heat, because you're not going anywhere. Goodness, good memories. You know, I'll go and go watch Oliver at Large right now when this show done.
Yes,
I'm going to go watch
vibes.
that. Thank you all so much for making the buzz
Thank
tonight. We
you.
appreciate you
Yes.
all.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so
congratulations.
much.
Big up
Thank
everything.
Bye, Chantal. Bye, all. Bye, all.
Blessings.
Tristan, mind your business.
Thank you all.
Love you, Denisha.
Awesome. Awesome.
Wow,
Lovely
that was
conversation.
an amazing conversation. Look,
Yeah.
Bones.
Yep.
They may have to consider casting you, you know, because
Expensive, you know. Me not cheap. Oliver
hear
teach
you.
me for dear. Mute Oliver. But you know, we want to say thanks to them again. I really
Yes, and
enjoyed the
go
conversation.
make sure you check out the website.
Please.
Sugar
Please.
Dumpling. I think it's Sugar Dumpling the film
Yeah, Sugar
on
Dumpling
Instagram.
Film. Yeah.
So be sure to check it out and check out their website as well.
Right.
www.sugardumpling, and we're really looking forward to seeing the film.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yes.
We're pretty much out of time, Tina. Kishima, look at that.
Yes,
eh?
I know.
So-
A big thank you to everyone who came through
Yeah,
and
well-
made it possible.
Haji, thank you. Our music
Yes,
artist.
yes,
And we
yes.
had Timmy on about our big event. And of course, we want to say thanks to all our friends here from the
Actors,
movie.
actresses, the
Yeah, man.
crew, Sugar Dumpling crew.
Danisha Prendergast, Oliver Samuels, Tristan Barrocks, and Chantel Riley. We thank you all for making the buzz. And of course, we also want to say a special thanks to our team here that makes the buzz possible.
Big thank you to our producers, Rashona Fitz-Henley, Shamara Preston, Vivian Stewart, Jodian Dawkins, our
Everybody.
technical operator, DJ Lollipop, in-studio engineer, DJ Kemar, and Peter Broadbar
Peter
for keeping social
Broadbar.
media connected.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Join us next week for another exciting edition of the E-Buzz. I'm DJ Bones.
And I am Kishima Francis. Mutabaruka is up next with the cutting edge.
Yes, Rasta.
We out.